official. It is 2023, and it's going to take me about 30 days to start saying the year right, because that's what happens. And yesterday was a holiday, so it's Tuesday. It's not even Monday. So if you started your week kind of off kilter, that might be why. But I want to talk about really just kicking off 2023 with intention. I don't want to talk about the market because this is a big week. We've got our DMAR market trends end of the year report coming out on Thursday morning. We'll be doing our video. We'll be pushing that out on Thursday as well. And then Megan Aller and I get together at 10 a.m. and do the market update. And I'm going to be showing some visuals as to how to look at the last 3 years differently. So we're going to be doing that on Thursday. So it is jam-packed. Also on Thursday, we're going to have jobless claims. And then we're going to also have unemployment on Friday. These are big numbers and it's a big week. And then after that, not this week, next week, we have CPI coming out. So all of those things are going to help us to determine where we are headed with interest rates. Because if you were paying attention and not in Mexico for the last 10 days, you saw that 2022 gave us one last kick in the ass before leaving with higher interest rates. In fact, we saw interest rates go from 6.125 back up to just over 6.5. Well, that wasn't very nice, was it? It wasn't. So what are you going to do about it? So yesterday I got together with my team and with my coworkers, my partners, my champions, as we dive into 2023. Yesterday, yes, was a holiday, but we were working. We were talking about what we're going to start doing to market starting today. What are we going to start doing as far as reaching out to our clients, to secure the education platform, to do all the things that we know that our clients are going to be looking for this year. Because it's not going to be like 2022. It's really not going to be like 2020 and 2021. It's probably going to be more similar to 2019. But what does that look like? So let's get back to the message at hand. So the message at hand is, given the noise, and you are going to see a lot of it, there's going to be a lot of headlines talking about how the housing market is stacking up compared to last year. Do you remember what last year looked like? Think about it. First quarter, 2022, we were on fire, right? Very limited inventory. Demand was insatiable. Rates were still low. We were not sure when this party was going to end, but at the moment, it didn't feel like it was ever going to end. And then all of a sudden, the brakes came jamming on in April, changed everything. But quarter one was really strong. So quarter one, 2023, compared year over year, is going to not look so strong. It's just not. So I can either go into this saying, I'm going to allow the winds of change to bat me around, or I could go in with my eyes wide open, educated as much as possible, understanding the metrics and the statistics, and going into this first quarter 2023, not only positive and excited and proactive, but educated, but ready, knowing what the numbers are going to be. Because if you're looking to buy a home in 2023, I'm going to tell you right now, don't put your head in the sand, but don't watch the headlines. Read the article, right? Know what it's talking about. Don't let the headlines breed fear, because they will. In fact, I read a headline yesterday that was talking about the fact that we have the biggest price reduction, the second biggest price reduction since like World War II. And I was like, holy smack, that sounds like a lot. Well, needless to say, we have not come down that far from the peak in May, maybe 5% yet. We haven't lost 5%, except for the period of time of 2008, going back that far. But we just gained 44% in the last 2 years. So perspective is going to be everything this year. On Saturdays, I write a blog, and if you haven't signed up for it, you should. Well, if you want my rants, I guess. Maybe if you don't want them, you don't have to, right? But on Saturday, I was talking about the fact that you can go into 2022 with your glass full of woes, full of memories, full of the woulda, shoulda, couldas, full of what was, how much business I had, or the clients I served, or how busy I was. Or you can go in to 2023 with your glass full of the vision that you want to achieve. So I have been talking a lot about vision, and I just want to double click on that right now because it is the first workday of 2023. I could not be more excited about the opportunities that this year holds. It's going to have a slow start. Then we're going to see interest rates start to come back in line. Interest rates are going to drop into the fives. Buyers who have been priced out and then feared out are coming back. And then we have the opportunity to help first-time home buyers reassess affordability based on higher prices slowly having come down. Interest rates went way up to only normalize, but still above where they were at 3 or 2.5. Now finally figuring out what is realistic for me. Denver is becoming less affordable. It's becoming more expensive. I can't tell you how many times I have Realtor.com like pop-ups on my phone, and it's a $3.5 million house, a $4 million house, a $2.5 million house. I'm like, where are all these homes coming from? Our market is shifting. We have to realign our vision to support those who want to get into home ownership, who desire the change that only home ownership can provide in the financial stability and wealth on most Americans' lives. I won't say all. Some invented Facebook. Some of you guys are on YouTube and Instagram and you're crushing it. I am not going to be an influencer. I am not going to develop the next Facebook to the moon. I am not going to develop the next app, or did I say Facebook? Rocket to the moon, or an app like Facebook. La 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 la. I know what I know, and I know real estate, and I know real estate is long term. And so I keep coming back to the noise, to the headlines, to the information, to the data that we are about to absorb Q1 2023. And if you cast your vision, if you set that pole so deep in cement that those winds of change can't sway you away from the lives that you want to impact, the things that you want to accomplish, the vision that you cast for yourself, for your team, for your family, for your clients, for your company. If you've cast it so strong, so specific, so detailed, those things will not block your success. Fill your cup with vision, not memories. Fill your cup with excitement and positivity and affirmations, not dismay and regrets. All right, 2022 is what it is. In fact, you could say it was the bill that came due for 2020 and 2021. And I would say that if I took all 3 years and I divided by 3, we had a fantastic run. And so now as we normalize and we look towards what is yet to be, don't think about what you did or did not accomplish last year, and instead re-envision. So I've been doing a lot of reading lately. And some of you have heard, I've quoted the book a number of times. Ed Milet's One More is a book that I've just about finished. I've got a last chapter that I've got to finish on my next reading time. Ed Milet's one more. I'm also rereading Miracle Morning. I'm teaching a class around Miracle Morning at Porchlight Real Estate, and I'm very excited to do that. And I'm very excited to do that because I'm very excited to continue to reinvent my morning routine, to recrystallize the things that breed success. In fact, Megan Aller, shout out to you. She was just on Facebook afraid that she's becoming a morning person. I think after a couple of years, I finally wore her down. I don't know. I'm going to take the credit even though I don't know if the credit is mine. There's so much joy to be had this next year. But you have to focus on making sure that you've cast your vision. So really quickly, talking about vision, set aside the time. Paint the picture so visually that it literally is real, that you can smell it, that you can taste it, that you can see it, that you can feel the joy or the feelings that it brings. Sit down and write out your full vision. If you have not done so already, it is not too late. There's no magic to midnight on December 31st. It is when you claim your new year. And claim it if you haven't already today, because there will be plenty of business. There are going to be all kinds of forecasts coming out, but I'm going to tell you that there's going to be plenty of business. That massive swell of 31-year-olds did not go away. Some of them might have moved to Kansas. I'm just saying. But we got other ones that moved from California to Denver. And so here's the deal. They want to buy a home. And for those of us in real estate, I know this year is going to start out turbulent and it's going to end phenomenal. It's going to end the way you create it. It's your vision to master. So write out so crystal clear your vision. And mine is like 8 pages long by the time I'm done. I'm just writing and I'm writing and I'm writing and I'm writing. And it's so clear that no one can steal that vision from me. No one can come in and erase and blur the lines. And then you have to focus on it every single day, putting it up on a vision wall or writing affirmations every single morning, going back to the Miracle Morning and doing the affirmations, doing the vision work, doing your journaling, reading every single day. In fact, Ed Milet, I was listening to him on a Q&A this last week, and he talked about the fact that when we read, it's not even exactly about the book that we're reading, right? It's not that this book has to be perfect. It's about what are the ideas that book makes you start thinking. How are you starting to rethink how you're doing your business, tweaking your marketing, tweaking your ideas, tweaking your business operations, your SOPs, your standard operating procedures, all the things, right? So it's not about, did I pick up the perfect book? Because I saw a lot of that this last weekend as well on social media, talking about what's the book I need to read? I want to build my business. What's the book I should get? I want to do this. What's the book I should get? It doesn't matter what the book is that you read. What does it make you think? How are you rethinking your life, your goals, your processes, your procedures, your business, your team? What new ideas are you generating? Just because you're being creative, because you're journaling, you're being creative, because you're writing out your affirmations, you're reinstituting the positive thinking, you're being creative. I'm spending time alone and I'm meditating, I'm being creative. I'm creating 2023 exactly how I want it. There's some cool things coming up that I want to make sure you don't miss, right? Not only this week is a big one with the market trends, the DMAR market trends report, Megan Aller and I on Thursday. And then I know we've got more data coming out, but we also have the DMAR Economic Summit next Friday, which I get to MC, and I am so excited. If you have not bought your tickets, make sure to do so. The next big thing is coming up February 2nd. We've got 10 speakers from across the country dedicated on your creative thinking. Create yourself for 2023. These people are literally the top of the charts when it comes to motivational speaking, identifying tactics, social media, thinking outside the box. I mean, we've got people who want your success, and they're going to pour in everything they've got to make sure that that happens. We will sell out, so make sure to get your tickets for the next big thing. We've got a lot coming up, and we've got an incredible year. You decide. Do you keep looking back, or do you look forward with excitement and joy and all the things that this year is going to bring us? Nicole Rueth, I hope you guys have a fantastic day, a fantastic week, and an incredible year. Talk to you soon.